Extreme Reality Check uploaded a video. Very interesting footage here. I'll play a little bit of it.
Russia. This is all footage of it, and there's tons of articles online you can find about it. It's a total mystery. It was so huge. It covered 3 regions, and the shock wave and rumbling was felt for thousands and thousands of miles. Yeah, that's not a misspeak. That's thousands and thousands of miles of shock wave. And so there were no meteors detected or rockets or anything like that. The scientists they're in disagreement. Nobody really knows, but they say, quote unquote.
Okay, in order to get like a shockwave for thousands and thousands of miles within the atmosphere, you're going to need a narrow area to actually cause the shockwaves to travel very far distances, which means that you're going to need hard sealing. And if you watch my video previously, I talked about the Sky Fortress that Mr. QAnon mentioned. I think it's over here. Sky Fortress. It is the glass sky within the concave Earth. The Sky Fortress also causes what we can actually perform in labs as acoustic resonance, meaning that there is a ceiling reflector which reflects the sound waves and bounces them back, and that actually causes these waves to travel very far distances. There's also a thing called specular coherent reflection, and that is how we can actually bounce radio signals to the other side of the Earth, to the other side of the inside of the Earth, because there is a specular hard ceiling which creates coherent reflection. Let's play a little bit more of this.
Atmospheric electricity, so some sort of phenomenon. Now, what I want to touch on is this happened on January 7th. Okay, so on January 7th, remember, was when Elon Musk, when SpaceX launched their secret Zuma payload. So that classified mission that they wouldn't even tell us, who was in charge of it. Anyway, that was launched, remember, on January 7th. And then this mystery atmospheric electricity thing happens in Russia. And then also, you can go back to my other QAnon videos, and we didn't really put this together. Well, because I didn't stumble across the Russia mystery until just today. But anyway, post 496 from QAnon on January 7th of all days was that quote, Sky Fortress engaged. It is number 496 from the January 7th, the very same day that all this is going on. The post 496, he says, Sky Fortress engaged for God and country. So I know you can't see that. I'm terrible at this screenshot stuff. But anyway, I'll go over here. I'll show you. That would be in this one right here, the coming storm breaking QAnon, best DEFCON 1. This video right here with the hashtag coming storm on it. That's the one that you'll be able to see the QAnon post that talks about the Sky Fortress on January 7th. I'll also try to put the link to the board where you can go and see the post. People have been saying I'm not blowing it up big enough. So I'll put that link below as well. Now to take it a step further and lead into what I'm going to show you here next is another video that I posted just the day before, 2 days before that one about QAnon, was this, that it kept saying Delta. It was talking about Delta. And we were theorizing, is that, was it Delta Force? Is it a place at Gitmo? The Delta.
Well, a delta is a pyramid. And with the understanding of the correct foundations of the Earth in which you all live in, there is a pyramid. Actually, it's a double pyramid up in the middle of the sky. It's an octahedron. So that could possibly be what they mean by Delta.
Area, or was it Delta Airlines, because we had all this strange airline stuff going on. But now, in hindsight, now that we're putting together this flash over Russia on the 7th, the SpaceX launch was on the 7th, same day, QAnon post, same day, Sky Fortress engaged, and we were also seeing all this stuff about Delta we were trying to make sense of. Okay, so today, the same time that Hawaii gets this mystery ballistic missile take cover warning across their alert system, there is a Delta. Okay, this is January 10th. This is on the launch calendar. This is the space calendar. It was initially set for January 10th. Then it was on, which I'll show you, it was on the launch pad yesterday. On the 12th, it was supposed to go up, and they postponed it until today, the 13th, the same time that this mystery ballistic missile was supposedly coming in. That was this big false alarm. For some reason, they postponed this Delta 4 rocket will launch a classified spacecraft payload. Now, this is from the U.S. National Reconnaissance Office, and it was launched on the Pacific coast. Another thing that might be tied in, I'm not saying that these are, I'm just, again, throwing the puzzle pieces out here. And this is interesting. This January 13th, SpaceX also had another mission today. Now, it was supposed to be a reentry mission. But what's interesting about that, not only is it SpaceX, and is because today's mission, reentry mission, is called the Dragon CRS-13. Now I'll show you why that's important as related to the Delta mission. They changed their logo. This is the Delta IV rocket changed their logo from just the knight in front of the American flag to a dragon. So now all of a sudden, this highly classified ULA mission changes their logo to this knight slaying a dragon, almost like
Looks kind of like it's hugging the contour of a concave Earth there. Interesting.
Bible prophecy. You know how QAnon is always talking about God and country. So now it's the mission is slaying a dragon. Then for this particular mission that went up today, they change it from a black knight. This is the patch for the mission, to a white knight. All of a sudden, it's been a black knight for all of this time for several missions, and all of a sudden for this one, they changed the patch to a white knight. So I don't know if that today, and then the ULA law.
Okay, so there you go, guys. Clues, little breadcrumbs, but I mean, there's no reason to eat the breadcrumbs when you can just go to my channel and eat the whole loaf. Realizing that, yeah, the Sky Fortress is the glass ceiling to the sky, and the trick is that you think that you're on a sphere, or even you might think that you're on a flat plane, but you're inside because light bends up toward the center, and it gives you illusions. It's a big trick, and they all know about this as far as the military goes. You're all living inside the concavity of the Earth. There's a glass ceiling. That's what they mean by the Sky Fortress. And it really is just a matter of time before you guys get wise enough to listen to me. And coinciding with the missile alarm scare in Hawaii, that's another indication that you really all need to listen to me. So, I mean, there's no reason not to pick up on the biggest clue of them all. The biggest reason for all of this is the fact that I'm right here. I'm back. And yet y'all don't believe me. I'm back. I'm Christ. New name and all. And you're inside my Earth. Welcome to my game.